Hello, dear students. Today we are going to read our new story of our Connect Plus book. It's called Nesma's Invention. Before we start reading, let me introduce you to the picture dictionary of your story. Frame. A frame is a piece of wood or metal around the edges of a picture, window, mirror, etc. Judges. Judges are people who decide who is the winner of a competition. Earthquake. An earthquake can damage buildings. Inventor. An inventor makes new things. These are called inventions. Motor. A motor uses electricity to make things move. Prize. You can win a prize in a competition. Solar panel. This changes energy from the sun into electricity. Spring. A long thin wire in a tight circle. It can move and store energy. Upside down. The top is turned to the bottom. Wire. A strong, thin piece of metal. Newsletter. A short written report. Invention. Something completely new that has just been thought of or made. Take part. To take part in something means to join. Navigate. To navigate is to decide which direction a ship or a car should go in. Brilliant. Someone who is brilliant is very clever. Solar energy is energy produced using the sun. Panel. This is a piece of material made to form part of a surface. Note. These are a few words written down to help you remember something. Science equipment. These are things that we use for a science experiment. Nesma was reading the school newsletter when she saw an advertisement. There was a competition for the best invention. Look, Layla, said Nesma. This looks fun. I want to be an inventor.
You should take part,
said Layla.
You'd be really good.
Look, if we win a medal, we'll get some science equipment for our school. That's a brilliant prize, said Nesma. Nesma loved inventing things. She thought about the competition as she walked home. What could she make? She could invent a toy, a vehicle, or something to communicate with people. She didn't know what to make, but she knew she wanted to take part. At home, Nesma sat down. She looked at books and websites for ideas. There were so many amazing inventions. How could she do something new? She took out her pens and paper and started to draw. It was difficult. Nesma worked for a long time, but she couldn't get her ideas right. Her dad came home from work. That looks interesting, Nesma, he said. What is it? Oh, it's a competition at school. I don't think I'll take part. I can't think of anything to make. Dad sat down. Show me your ideas, he said. Nisma showed him the papers and drawings, but she was sad. She didn't think her ideas were very good. For a long time, her dad didn't say anything. Then he smiled at her. You know, Nesma, I know someone who used to make drawings and inventions like this. He stood up and went out of the room. When he came back, he was carrying an old box. This box had lots of things that used to belong to my mom, he said. This was Grandma's? Asked Nesma. She looked at the box. There were letters and a diary, drawings and photos. Grandma used to be an inventor too. There were plans for a vehicle that used a compass to navigate. There was a drawing of a wheel that turned in the wind and made electricity. Nisma found a drawing of a small toy car. It was on a track, but it was traveling upside down. Nisma was interested. She read Grandma's note under the picture. I tried to make a car that could travel up walls and upside down. This would be amazing. If there was an earthquake, roads might be damaged. Buildings might fall down and make it hard to drive. We could use this car and make a track above the ground. Rescue workers could travel in dangerous places to help people, but I couldn't find a way to make the car stay on the track. As Nisma looked at the plan, she had an idea. She was learning about the magnets in science lessons at school. Would that work? The next day, Nisma told Layla her idea.
That sounds great. Can I help?
Said Layla. Yes, please, said Nisma. Nisma showed Layla her plans. We need some thin wood for a track and a long, thin magnet to go under it. We need a small car to go on the track with a magnet in it.
I'll get the wood,
said Layla. Great, I'll get some magnets. The two girls worked hard. They made a frame for the car to travel on. They stuck a long magnet to the frame and a small magnet to the car to keep it on the track. The car had a little spring inside it. Nisma pulled the car back, then took her hand off it. The energy from the spring turned the wheels. The car moved along the track, but it didn't travel very far.
Why isn't it traveling?
Asked Layla. Nisma thought. She was worried. It isn't fast enough, she said. They looked at the model. What could they do? The sun was shining through the window and lots of children were playing outside. Suddenly, Nisma had an idea. It needs more power, she said. We can use solar energy. Nisma asked her mom to help her find the things she needed. Her mom looked on the internet and found a small, cheap panel and a motor. They were perfect. Nisma put the motor on the car and attached it to the wheels. Then she put the panel on the car and used wires to connect it to the motor. The friends tried again. They put the car in the sun, then started the motor. It worked. They watched happily. The car traveled along up and upside down.
It's so clever. Well done, Nesma,
said Layla. Thank you for helping. It's fantastic. On Thursday, the girls were at the competition. There were lots of children from schools around the city.
Are you excited?
asked Layla. Yes, but I'm nervous too, said Nesma. They looked at the other inventions. There were some amazing ideas and models. Look, there is a model of a house that uses wind to keep warm. And there is a machine that can help a farmer get water to lots of animals. There are some great inventions here. I'm happy we came, said Nisma. I will write a diary about it when I get home, just like my grandma. The girls were busy talking about the inventions. They didn't see the judges standing next to them. They were looking at the model car and smiling. Well done, said the judges, and the girls looked at them. There was a medal on their car.
We have won a prize,
Said Layla. The end.